Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. Today is Tuesday, October 27th, 2020, and today we are going to be talking about a battleground state in particular and why it's so crucial that Joe Biden wins the state. Not only is it crucial for Joe Biden to win the state, but if Joe Biden does win this state, Donald Trump has a very, very slim chance at winning the presidency to a point where we would say it is over. We are talking about this state giving Joe Biden a 98% chance at victory. Donald Trump, in turn, would have a less than 2% chance at victory, with the event of a tie being possible. So, as you can see, we are using 538, practically swinging electoral map, as I like to call it. They have numerous key states. Surprisingly, they do not include the state of Iowa or Maine's 2nd District under their key states, but I do sort of understand why. These states weren't really, and weren't really competitive to begin with. They've only recently become closer. In fact, Texas was closer than Iowa in 2016, and so were all of the other states on your screen. But let's go ahead. When I say states, I mean these key states, but let's get right into it. So, I'm pretty sure you could tell based off the thumbnail or based off of just knowing the electoral map that this particular state is the state of Pennsylvania. If Pennsylvania does end up going to Joe Biden, and the way that this map works, essentially, if Biden or Trump is winning in a certain area or a certain state, it adjusts the rest of the electoral map based off of the chances of a candidate winning there based off this victory. So leaving all of the other states up for grabs, Joe Biden has an 87% chance of victory. But this starkly increases when Biden jumps up to a 97% chance of victory. I guess it dropped from being 98 with the event of a scenario where there's a tie, but from 87 to 97, the election is over. As soon as Pennsylvania goes blue, we can say definitively that Joe Biden will win the election. Looking at Pennsylvania, if I call it for Joe Biden, Donald Trump has a less than really 1% chance at Michigan and a 4% chance at Wisconsin. Minnesota, Trump has a greater chance in Minnesota than Michigan as a result of this, but 1 versus 2% really doesn't make a difference. So with Pennsylvania gone to Biden, the states follow suit. Ohio gets very, very close. Iowa goes in favor of Joe Biden. North Carolina goes in favor of Joe Biden. Georgia follows. Florida follows. Arizona follows. Other swing states, Texas gets even closer. Numerous other swing states get even more solid. 99% chance for Biden in New Mexico, 98 in Colorado, 95 in Nevada, greater than 99 in Virginia. It's fascinating. This singular state single-handedly drives all of the other states to the left. Because Pennsylvania was a Trump state in 2016, it is very likely that all of the other states that went to Hillary Clinton would get even more blue. That makes sense. And if Pennsylvania is going blue, so was the Rust Belt. And so are numerous other regions in this country. Because if I do give Pennsylvania to Donald Trump now becomes the favorite to win the election. That's why Pennsylvania is needed for Joe Biden, but Joe Biden goes from 87 to 97 with a victory there. Trump obviously drastically improves, but he's not exactly in a done deal yet. Even with a victory in Pennsylvania, Trump still is underwater in Michigan. He is only narrowly ahead in Wisconsin. He's still underwater in Minnesota, in Nevada, Virginia. I mean, regardless of where you look, Donald Trump really only makes gains in New Hampshire out of all of the states from 2016 that he did not carry. It's the only state he's flipped if he wins Pennsylvania today. And absolutely nothing indicates that Donald Trump is going to win the state of Pennsylvania today. Whether you trust 538 or you trust Real Clear Politics, all of which say Joe Biden is winning in Pennsylvania. What about the polls in 2016? Let's take a flashback to 2016. Hillary Clinton was up 2 points on Election Day, lost by 1. A 3-point swing wouldn't even move this into the Republican column, and it definitely wouldn't, based off of the actual results, the actual polling numbers from 538. So when we look at the normal forecast, Joe Biden has roughly the same chance at winning the presidency that he does at winning Pennsylvania. Over time, the popular vote has certainly changed. Donald Trump's chances of winning have gone down from 32% down to 14%. I mean, this state really should have been very competitive for Trump. He won this state 4 years ago. But as we see now, it is not holding. And if Pennsylvania goes to Biden, it's game over. Why? Well, if these states all vote together, Minnesota, then Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, Biden wins the election. We haven't seen these three states flip differently than each other in decades. In fact, for decades, for almost 30 years, the Democratic Party had held on to the blue wall, with the exception of 24 years in certain states. But these three states in particular have landed Democrats in the Oval Office before, and they will do the same exact thing to Joe Biden unless something drastically changes 7 days prior to the election. We are 1 week away. Joe Biden remains at an 87% chance at winning the presidency. Trump has a 12% chance. In 2016, Donald Trump had roughly 3 times a greater chance at winning the presidency. Even though everyone was saying Hillary Clinton was going to win in a landslide, and while some people are saying that today about Joe Biden, there's a lot less media attention on it's an absolute Joe Biden victory, and more so on will the polls be wrong again? Can people really trust them? Here's why we shouldn't. And I really think that, when we discuss polling data, 2016 was just an excuse for people who deny actual facts to use that as an example. But if you watched my video yesterday, or if you've watched a video where I discussed 2016, you will know that the polls weren't far off. They were wrong in 4 states, fundamentally wrong in only 1. It wasn't too bad. So now that Biden is favored to win the election, we can expect to have him win more than Pennsylvania. Like I said, if Pennsylvania goes blue, so does Minnesota, Michigan, and Wisconsin. And now look what happens if just those 4 states, even if I take out Minnesota, see what happens to Joe Biden's chances. A greater than 99% chance of victory, with an average of 362 electoral votes. The only scenario in which Trump wins, he gets 274 electoral votes. So if these 3 states are gone, if Donald Trump isn't able to win any 3 of them, and he's not the favorite to win in any 3 by any means, Biden has a greater than 99% chance at winning the presidency. This is fascinating. If I take out Michigan, which I probably shouldn't, it still remains at greater than 99. If I put back in Michigan and I take out Wisconsin, it drops to 98. But from 97 to greater than 99, the range is really very small, and we all know that Joe Biden is the clear favorite to win. Regardless of who is winning, even in Florida, if Trump wins Florida, Biden still holds on to a 91% chance of victory. Let's apply all of the Trump states from 2016 except for the Rust Belt. This state in particular, the state of Pennsylvania, is a very good indicator for a lot of Democrats and Republicans as to where their candidates hold today. Because as you can see, after I've already allocated all of the Trump states from 2016 with the exceptions of Michigan and Wisconsin, Joe Biden is still the favorite. If Trump is able to win Arizona, Texas, Georgia, North Carolina, Florida, and Ohio, he still only has a 38% chance of victory. Now, that's obviously not bad, but once I start to add in Colorado, the Clinton states from 2016, Minnesota, New Hampshire, Nevada, well, we get down to a point where Donald Trump's chances aren't as strong as they used to be. I mean, realistically, once Colorado, Nevada, New Hampshire are taken out of the equation and Minnesota, there's less pathways for Trump to reach 270. There's more pathways, however, for a tie. As you can see here, there are 6 scenarios in which we end up with a tie. That means roughly a 6-point chance that there's a tie if Trump is able to win those states in red and Biden's able to win the Clinton states from 2016. But even with Trump winning Ohio, and even if he's winning North Carolina and Georgia and Florida and Texas and Arizona and Nebraska's 2nd district, Wisconsin still remains at a 78% chance for going to Biden. Michigan remains at a 95% chance at going for Biden. Virginia remains at a greater than 99% chance of victory. And Biden remains at a 3/4 shot at winning the presidency. A tied scenario has roughly 1/3 of the chance that Donald Trump does. Let that sink in. As soon as Pennsylvania is called, and if it is called for Joe Biden, it's game over. If it's called for Donald Trump, it is almost game over, but it's not exactly as important as it was in 2016. Because as we saw, if Trump is able to carry the state of Pennsylvania, sure, his chances skyrocket, but it still doesn't put him at the same point where Joe Biden is. I mean, as we add in the state of Pennsylvania, and let me remove the state of Wisconsin, well, he has a 71% chance of victory. Obviously, that is very good for Donald Trump, but if I flip it, it doesn't seem like the low 70s is anywhere comparable to the high 90s. And the fact that Pennsylvania is very likely to go blue, and the fact that Joe Biden mentions in every speech that he's from Scranton, Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania is going blue. Like I said, look at any of the data, regardless of who you trust really. Even if you don't trust the polls, look at the 2016 swing and apply it. Even if they were as wrong after they've had 4 years to adjust, 4 years to get things accurate, and it doesn't exactly show that Biden is doing worse than Hillary Clinton by any means. I mean, realistically, Pennsylvania is out of the column. In fact, Trafalgar Group, the Republican pollster, in 2016 predicted a Donald Trump victory. Today, they predict a tie. And as we know, right-leaning pollsters typically lean to the right. While they had a fluke election where they got one right, they were wrong in numerous other states in 2018 in terms of the margin, grossly inaccurate. The fact that they got 2016 right, I guess you could say, okay. But if they're showing a tie, and this is a Republican-based poll, ask yourself, do you really think that a Republican-based poll, Republican internal really, that adjusts random numbers with no real reason, showing Trump in a tied position is good? It's not. Trump won Pennsylvania by less than 1% 4 years ago. If he's tied today, I can't imagine him winning if he's already lost support from 4 years ago when he only narrowly squeaked by. So no matter where you look, and no matter what you truly want to believe, you have to acknowledge that if Pennsylvania goes blue, it's game over for Donald Trump. The state's 20 electoral votes would likely guide the other 26 from Wisconsin and Michigan, and with it, likely numerous other states in the nation. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to comment down suggestions below. Subscribe on the left if you haven't already, and check out the Instagram and Twitter. At the bottom left of the screen, there's also a Discord link for you to go ahead and join. On the screen, there's a video you can watch, and then a playlist for my 2020 election videos. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all later today.